Hello everyone, today we're going to go over to the Despia Albaz strategy, how it works, what your game plan is, and all that fun stuff, and afterwards we're going to go over the additional Tri-brigade. If you want to watch that, recommend watching the Despia Albaz Despia list first. So yes, Albaz Despia, is this better than not pure Albaz, or it's better than pure Despia, or Despia Dogmatica? Probably not. The Albaz stuff doesn't really give the deck enough, like, good stuff to make it worth running at the moment. All the Albaz fusions don't really do much at the moment. There's no negations, no interruptions, none of that stuff. The best parts you can do is obviously summon Albaz on your opponent's turn, super poly in some other way, which is, really fun. And sometimes just having Ecclesia on the field as your only card, summoning Albaz, does win you the game sometimes. Like, I've actually done that, and I've won my games just by doing that. Back to my turn, I can now do stuff. But yeah, the best extra deck ones to honest at the moment is Titanclad for the simple reason it can get big, which can get over monsters and go for game better. But yeah, saying that not all bad. Stuff like Spriggan's Kit is basically a second Albert kind of, as it's a spell if it's a branded spell track card search, which we love in this type of decks. Anyway, so there's two parts of the deck: the Albaz cards and the Spire cards, and the yeah. So first off, we're gonna go over the Spire cards before I end the hand. You have to play one Dramaturgy because Dramaturgy is a great card. You only need to play one though because as long as you're not an idiot and like completely banish it, like by fusion somewhere away again while it's already used its effects, you're good. You can just keep recycling it. It keeps your advantage up. And if you fusion summon Dramaturgy Tragedy with the field spell, technically it's a +1. One, Albion, my hatred of this card is slowly growing as time passes. I am, it's a bit better at the moment because I basically just use he's basically a mulligan. What his main purpose is, if I ever draw him, I send Jubilation from deck to grave, put him back, draw one. He's useful now and again for him being level 8 and 2500 attack to summon the fusions. And he's okay in the grave, but sometimes it's a pain to get there, so I only play one of him. Free Albert, or Albert, I always call him Albert, that's easier. It's great. He's just branded spell trap card searcher, which we need. He's just what you like in the Spire. Two Albaz, because we need his name. And honestly, the fact is actually, it's just the worst. Super Poly, it actually has worked multiple times for me, so it's pretty good. Spriggan's Kit, but it's just the worst Albert. It can special summon itself though, which is important for the Tri-brigade version of this list. And also just get names on the field, which helps you with the link time if you need to go to access code. You do have to mulligan something back, put something back, which is a little annoying, but if you have advantage, it's fine. Free Achilles, I jump between 2 and 3 of this card a lot. It's a light monster, which is really good, but and it also gets summons, Albert on your opponent turn, but sometimes it's just not needed. Other times I really wish it was. Sometimes I really hate it. I may drop this to them too. I'm not sure. At the moment I would keep it at 3. Free Tri-brigade Mercuria. I just realized anyway. No, Tri-brigade Mercuria. It's negation if your Albaz fusion out. It doesn't destroy, which is sad, but it's negate, which is fine. And it's banished, which basically only means if you use the Tri-brigade crap or you use Brain in red. It searches your Albaz stuff, which is nice. But yeah, it's a good card. I'm playing. Okay, I'll go over hand later. Two tragedy. If you use fusion material, basically you'll send it. You use fusion material. It searches your albedo dramaturgy, which is good. Two Allura Darkness. I have actually dropped this in my pure Despia decks because you know what? It's not good. Your only target is tragedy in normal Despia, so yeah. However, in this list we have 5 targets. Tri-brigade Mercuria and Tragedy, so I'm more fine playing it this time, and actually I prefer using it. One Stigmatica in white, or Brandon in white, meant to say. It's your fusion spell, you may start from grave. It's annoying, you must use a drag, which basically means you must use Albaz. Yeah, except that you can bring yourself back if you set discarded, which is good discard fodder. One Terraform, and this Terraform switches between a second Brandon in white or a Poly a lot for me. But at the moment, I'm preferring having more ease chance to get the feeder, but I could just switch it to polymerization, honestly. Jubilation of the Branded. good card. I really like this card a lot, actually. It's kind of shit, though, in this version of the list, because our only target it really is uh freaking kit. That's why we only play one copy of it, and it's but saying it though, it is recurable as it goes to the graveyard, and if you have any fusion at any point in turn, well, your fusions. No, if a fusion once was sent to the grave to your grave this turn, it adds back stuff to your hand, which makes it good discard fodder. Very good discard fodder. But at the moment, please, for love of God, let the Albaz Despia fusion be a fairy. Please, let it be a fairy. That's all I want. Oh, but yeah, I think pretty good. Two Curtain Rise. I sometimes play three, but two, but honestly pretty good for me at the moment. It just summons Albert from deck, which you need. Sometimes summons Dramaturgy or Tragedy, depending on if you need a second card for fusion material. Brain of Red, that you summon your fusion ones on your opponent's turn, which is great for Chimera. Chimera, fantastic card. Next, Paradise Brand. I'm playing two copies of this. This also goes between 2 to 3, but I find 2 decent at the moment because we have a lot of branded searches. Basic, if you fusion summon, you just search an Albaz card, aka Albaz, or what card says his name. And also, it makes sure fusion summons can't be negated, which is good. Uh, Free, this Spire Feed of the Branded. It's your fusion spell, basically. Yeah, what else to say? It's good. And if you've done fusion fairy, so your Despia leaves the field, it's on the fusion, you get revive a fusion, which is again pretty good. It has helped me sometimes. Now the hand traps. Free imperm, I just like imperm. Two Ghost Ogre. I'm playing Ghost Ogre instead of Ash for the simple reason it's a light monster and makes summoning Albion, the branded dragon, easy. Same purpose with Nibiru, actually. Nibiru is light, so it can summon the branded dragon. It's level 11, so it can summon the Glory Dragon. It has 3 bad attacks, so it can summon Titanclad. And if I summon Titanclad with this guy, Titanclad gains a good chunk of attack, which is really nice. So yeah, that's the list. Our whole purpose is what we try to do is either summon 2 Crimson Gleam, which burns opponent to death, basically. I prefer to go 1 Crimson Gleam and mean set up to summon a Chimera. That usually works better. That's kind of what we do in normal Despia, though. The reason why this deck works well, though, is because if your Albaz part of that works, you get a lot of your grind game improves tremendously. AKA end phase advantage is fun. Every turn, getting like if you as long as you're doing your fusion summons or you have Masquerade, leave from the field, go back to the field with the field spell or stuff. Ecclesia will come back to your hand every turn. Jubilation will come back to your hand every turn. And if you have any of the you summon new Albaz fusion, their effects proc, you get more cards back. We love it. Also, quick pack. I play the Nightmare package with Access Code. It helps you win games sometimes. What can we say besides that? Two Albion because it's one of the easier ones for us to summon. It also fusion summons a second once, which helps going for game much easier. And we can use it with Jubilation using Albaz or Albion, which I prefer the Albion, to send it to the grave and get any of our branded spell track cards at the end of the turn, which is fantastic. Titanclad helps go for game. Not much else besides that. Glory Dragon. We like this. We play 2 copies of this. I might play one in the future, but at the moment, I might play one in the future if the new Albaz fusions are good. But it searches the Mercuria, which is negation, so that's why I play 2 of them. 2 Masquerade because Masquerade is good. Not much else to say. It burns for make your opponent must pay 600 points after the card's effects, and it revives itself once. Splin is the easiest summon beside is the easiest in a general sense because it only requires just an effect once to special summon this turn, which means it's pretty easy to fusion summon any using the Albaz effect, and also just summon it. Also, it has an okay effect of destroying everything in the column that it's in, which is nice, I guess. It has helped me win before. Spion, Quinterus is a very good card. Make sure my opponent's stuck over to 0. All good. And also gets revised, not revised, so it gets advantage. Chimera mentioned earlier, Chimera, fantastic card for the Spire in general. It is like made for the Spire, honestly. Or not, okay. I won't say that. It's made for many fusion decks, and it's really good for a lot of fusion decks that can summon it. It's a really good card, honestly, and it looks really good in Despia. And we play one copy of Despia in Procalism. I've already read it on this card a couple times. It's like the least summon card. But I like to play one copy of him. When he's useful, he is very useful. The side deck's not actually a side deck. It's kind of things I've tried in the past. I really wish there was better branded spell and truck cards that would revive themselves. Like, yeah. So that's the list. Our goal is to do just basically do a Spire combo, but we also have Albaz stuff to help do that. We also have Albaz stuff to help in and get stuff working. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. Like I said, you might have better luck winning with the Madoka Despia or Despia Pure, because Despia Pure basically means you can just start playing all this Albaz stuff. You play more hand traps. So yeah, but yeah, look, if the Albaz fusions get better, which we're gonna hope that you get better, this becomes a lot more better, honestly. So I've had a lot of fun with it though. It's been pretty consistent because we have a lot of searches. And yeah, now let's go to the Tri-brigade version of this list. Here we are with that Despia Albaz Tri-brigade, that deck. If you look at this list, you notice it's very similar to the Despia list, but we're just trying to just modify it slightly to include Tri-brigade stuff, basically. What's been lost from this previous one? We play only one tragedy now instead of two. We lose one copy of theater. This is a very hard choice, honestly. Going Proudest Brand's gone down to one. We do have a bit more search. We still have the same number of searches, which is why I'm fine cutting down to copies. This does affect now and again though. It is less consistent, much less consistent, but when it procs, it goes well. Yeah, so the spire part's pretty much the same, honestly. We have lost Materia though, which is kind of weird. Playing a Tri-brigade version, we actually went down one of the Tri-brigade cards, but still. What's the Tri-brigade edition? Play one Ceres, 3 kits, and 1 Nerval. Reason for this, if you've seen that little combo thing you can do Kit and Jubilation, which basically gives you an end board of Appaloosa plus Revolt. It's just those two used by themselves, Appaloosa plus Revolt. Very good, very good. But yeah, so how does this deck's main shindig, as they would say. You can, if you have a Despia hand, you can do your Despia combo, which basically means summon Masquerade and get ready for Chimera. If you have a Tri-brigade hand, you can basically go to your Tri-brigade combo to have an Appaloosa and Wicked Rings ready. The Albaz stuff is the two Despia and Tri-brigade don't work well together by default. We use the Albaz as kind of a glue to keep them together, but the issue is the Albaz glue is not particularly good, which is a problem. But it's glue nonetheless, which makes it work. Which makes it kind of work at minimum. We also got rid of the Ghost Ogres because we didn't have room, but we still could play triple Nibiru though because it makes the Albaz fusions, and it's Nibiru. That helps a lot, honestly. And yeah, so yeah, the Tri-brigade stuff is good. The issue is though, there's not a lot of repeatability with each of the side stack. We're going to basically do the Spire combo lines once. You're going to summon Masquerade once, Chimera once, and if you need to do Spire stuff again for a second time, it's usually summon Quantaris. They did the same with the Tri-brigade line. You basically summon Appaloosa once, Wicked Wings once, because you can play one copy of Wicked Wings, because you don't have the room to play two. I would replace Rugal with a second copy of Wicked Wings, but there's been many times where I've needed to summon Rugal to summon Wicked Rings on my turn, so that's why I keep keeping him. Same with Fidget, just to get monsters in the field to link them in the first place. Has been great, and yeah, Inspire, the Tri-brigade part's the same, honestly. And yeah, we've also said we play for Jubilation now because we actually have more targets for Jubilation. We have free Kit now and a Ceres, which we want to send Kit to get through the whole Tri-brigade combo. But yes, the best board you can do with this one is actually pretty fun. What you can do is you can have an end board of Appaloosa with 3 negates, a Revolt set, a Masquerade on field. So Masquerade, play burn each time, you have negation, and you can just go bam. Bam. Wicked Wings on my opponent's turn, all good. You can do some other modifications to that. That's the best board. You can get some slightly. That's the best consistent-ish board of combining the strategy. You can get some better if you time your combo differently, and if you have like if you don't fusion summon on your turn, you have a Brenner Red set, and you have like a Dramaturgy, so you can just that requires you to do the Revolt first, then summon Masquerade. But yeah, that's the list. Like I said, the strategy is we have a Tri-brigade strategy, which we try to do. We have a Despia strategy we try to do, and we have Albaz stuff to try and keep the advantage up. I also play one copy of Fool's Burial because it's just for kits and also Tragedy. That's nice. But yeah, it has its problems. It definitely has problems. When it works, it's pretty good, honestly. It's not I say pretty good. It's pretty decent. But when you do have a lot of brick hands, if you just drew like kit and like no other Tri-brigade, that's terrible. Like we don't look if we play like an Almirage, just what's called, right? Sound Great Link One, I must forget his name. That might help this a bit, but we don't have the other room for that, honestly. We're playing 3 different archetypes, which are all reliant on their extra deck. Doesn't help. But yeah, one good part about the Tri-brigade edition is that with if someone Imperial orders you, better. Obviously, another issue, however, is our deck is very small on only the use of hand traps. We have an issue using hand traps. We don't have much room in that extra deck in our main deck. It could be a problem. Same as spell trap card removal. If this was an actual side deck, our spell trap cards, spell trap removal, more hand traps, and what you would do is get rid of what half your deck's not working, I guess. If you verse on deck which no Tri-brigade shit against, just remove the few Tri-brigade cards. We have like 5 targets, just get rid of them, put your hand traps in. Same with the Spy, honestly, but I feel like the Spy is probably a little bit more important. Well, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Anyway, that's the goal, that's the strategies, and this is the mess. I hope anyone was a little bit interested. So I enjoyed them. I enjoy both versions. I do prefer Albaz Spire more currently. If the better branded cards come in to help the combination, the fusions are good, that could change. But I do enjoy this deck list a lot. I do enjoy playing the deck a lot, honestly. That's why I have multiple streams on it. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. I'm gonna see you next time. Hopefully, maybe if you want to come back. Take care. See ya.